You are responsible for what you say and do. You are not responsible for whether or not people freak out about it, said Jen Sincero. That's the kind of no-nonsense, empowering wisdom you'll find in You Are a Badass by Jen Sincero. If you've ever felt stuck, doubted your worth, or wondered if you're capable of creating the life you truly want, this audiobook summary is for you. Let's dive in. Jen Sincero isn't just a best-selling author. She's a force of nature. With her signature wit, honesty, and unapologetic style, she's inspired millions to break free from self-sabotage and step into their power. You Are a Badass is more than a self-help book. It's a wake-up call to stop settling and start living the life you deserve. Whether you're chasing a dream, overcoming self-doubt, or just need a kick in the pants, Jen's got your back. Let's face it, life can be tough. Many of us struggle with self-doubt, fear of failure, and that nagging voice in our heads that says, "Who do you think you are?" Maybe you've set goals only to abandon them because you didn't believe you could achieve them. Or perhaps you've stayed in a job, relationship, or situation that doesn't light you up because it feels safer than taking a risk. Jen Sincero calls this the itty-bitty shitty committee, the inner critic that keeps us small. It's that voice that tells us we're not good enough, smart enough, or deserving enough. Most of us don't even realize how much we're holding ourselves back. But what if you could silence that committee? What if you could rewrite the story you've been telling yourself and start living a life filled with passion, purpose, and badassery? That's exactly what Jen teaches us in her book, You Are a Badass. Certainly. Let's dive deeper into the exploration section, where we unpack Jen Sincero's key concepts from the book. This is the heart of the audiobook summary, where we explore how her ideas can transform your life. I'll expand on each concept with more detail, examples, and actionable insights to make it even more engaging and practical for you guys. Jen Sincero's You Are a Badass is packed with wisdom, but let's break it down into 5 core concepts that can help you transform your life. These aren't just fluffy ideas, they're actionable strategies that Jen herself used to go from broke and frustrated to a best-selling author and motivational powerhouse. First thing Jen speaks about is self-love. Self-love is non-negotiable. Jen doesn't just talk about self-love as a feel-good concept. She treats it as the foundation of everything. She says, you can't hate yourself into a better life. Think about it. If you're constantly criticizing yourself, doubting your abilities, or comparing yourself to others, how can you possibly show up as your best self? Self-love is about recognizing your inherent worth and treating yourself with kindness, respect, and compassion. It's about setting boundaries, saying no to things that drain you, and saying yes to things that light you up. Jen suggests starting small. Write down 3 things you love about yourself every day, or look in the mirror and say, I love you, you badass. It might feel awkward at first, but over time, it rewires your brain to see yourself in a positive light. For example, imagine you're in a job you hate. Instead of beating yourself up for not being further along in your career, self-love means acknowledging your feelings and taking steps to change your situation, whether that's updating your resume, learning a new skill, or networking with people in your dream industry. For her, Jen talks about the thoughts. Your thoughts create your reality. Jen is a big believer in the power of your thoughts. She says, what you think about, you bring about. This isn't just woo-woo spirituality, it's backed by science. Your thoughts shape your beliefs shape your actions, and your actions shape your reality. If you're constantly thinking, I'm not good enough, or I'll never succeed, you're programming yourself for failure. But if you shift your thoughts to I am capable, and I deserve abundance, you start to see opportunities everywhere. Jen suggests using affirmations to reprogram your mind. For example, instead of saying, I'm terrible with money, try saying, money flows to me easily and effortlessly. Let's say you're afraid of public speaking. Instead of thinking, I'm going to embarrass myself, reframe it to, I'm becoming a confident and engaging speaker. Over time, this shift in mindset will help you take action, like joining a Toastmasters group or practicing in front of friends until you actually become that confident speaker. Going further, Jen talks about setting goals and taking action. Dreaming big is great, but without action, it's just fantasy. Jen emphasizes the importance of setting clear, specific goals and then taking consistent, intentional steps toward them. She says, You don't have to have it all figured out to move forward. Start by asking yourself, what do I really want? Be specific. Instead of saying, I want to be rich, say, I want to earn $100,000 a year doing work I love. Then break it down into smaller, actionable steps. Maybe that means taking a course, reaching out to a mentor, or saving a certain amount of money each month. Jen also reminds us that failure is part of the process. You're going to mess up, and that's okay. What matters is that you keep going. As she puts it, failure is just feedback. For example, if your goal is to start a business, your first step might be researching your market. Then you could create a simple business plan, followed by launching a small pilot project. Each step builds momentum and brings you closer to your dream. Then Jen speaks about embracing your inner badass. Being a badass means owning who you are and unapologetically pursuing what sets your soul on fire. It's about stepping out of your comfort zone, taking risks, and trusting that the universe has your back. Jen reminds us that we're all born badasses, just that life has a way of beating it out of us. To reconnect with your inner badass, Jen suggests asking yourself, what would I do if I weren't afraid? Maybe it's quitting your 9-to-5 to travel the world, starting a creative project, or finally setting boundaries with toxic people in your life. Whatever it is, take one small step toward it today. For example, Jen shares a story about a woman who dreamed of becoming a painter, but was too afraid to call herself an artist. One day, she decided to paint a single canvas and post it online. The positive feedback she received gave her the confidence to keep going, and now she's a full-time artist. Last but not least, Jen speaks about gratitude and abundance. Jen teaches that gratitude is the gateway to abundance. When you focus on what you're grateful for, you attract more of it into your life. It's not about ignoring your problems. It's about shifting your perspective to see the blessings already present. Start a daily gratitude practice. Each morning or night, write down 3 things you're grateful for. They can be big or small: a supportive friend, a beautiful sunset, or even the fact that you have a roof over your head. Over time, this practice trains your brain to focus on the positive, which in turn attracts more positivity into your life. For example, if you're struggling financially, instead of focusing on what you lack, focus on what you have. Maybe you have a skill you can monetize, or a network of people who can help you find opportunities. Gratitude shifts your energy from scarcity to abundance, opening the door for new possibilities. What makes Jen's advice so powerful is that it's both practical and deeply personal. She doesn't just tell you what to do, she shows you how to do it with humor, honesty, and a lot of tough love. Her message is clear. You have the power to change your life, but it starts with you. These concepts aren't just about achieving success. They're about creating a life that feels authentic, joyful, and fulfilling. Whether you're looking to improve your finances, relationships, or overall happiness, Jen's strategies can help you get there. Jen's key concepts gives you a clear roadmap for applying her teachings in your lives. By breaking down each idea with examples and actionable steps, Jen made the book relatable and inspiring, encouraging you to take action and embrace your inner badass. One of the most powerful stories Jen shares is about her own transformation. For years, she struggled to make ends meet, living in a converted garage and feeling completely stuck. She was frustrated, unhappy, and unsure of how to change her circumstances. But then something shifted. Jen decided to take a leap of faith and invest in a high-end coaching program, even though she could barely afford it. That decision marked a turning point in her life. She began to take responsibility for her choices, confront her fears, and embrace her inner badass. The result? Jen went from broke and frustrated to a best-selling author and world-renowned motivational speaker. Her story is proof that no matter where you are in life, it's never too late to change your trajectory. Jen's journey reminds us that transformation begins with a single decision: the decision to believe in yourself and take action. So, what's the takeaway from You Are a Badass? You have the power to create the life you want. It starts with loving yourself, shifting your mindset, and taking bold, intentional action. You don't need to have it all figured out, you just need to start. Jen Sincero's message is clear. You are enough. You are capable. And you are deserving of all the amazing things life has to offer. So, what are you waiting for? It's time to step into your power and start living like the badass you truly are. Thank you for listening. If this summary inspired you, let us know in the comments. What's one area of your life where you're ready to embrace your inner badass? Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more motivational content. And if you're craving more inspiration, check out our other videos on personal growth and transformation. Remember, the life you want is just one decision away. Let's do this.